Hey YouTube, this is Jaden coming at you. I'm captain of ShadowStrike. Like I said in the intro video, I was going to create a couple videos tonight, just post them on YouTube to try and get them, try and get the channel started and put some content up there so you could check it out. I'm going to just kind of briefly tell you about myself, because for everybody on the team, I'm going to do a bio video on them. And basically all they're going to tell you is how they got into Vanguard, what clans they specialize in, and what they just kind of think of the game overall. I'm just going to dive right into this, and I'm going to try and make this as quickly as I can by telling you how I got into Vanguard. I got into Vanguard off chance, really, because at my game store at Alien Games Jinx, I was up at the front counter. I was looking through Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, because I only played Yu-Gi-Oh at that time. And I saw that he had the Kai and Aichi trial decks, the Kagero and Royal Paladin, and he told me the game was supposedly going to get real popular, that it was a lot of fun from what he heard, because he hadn't played it himself. I'm still trying to hook him onto it, by the way. And that it was a pretty cheap game, and it's cheaper than Yu-Gi-Oh, I'll give it that. I said, no, I'm just going to stick to Yu-Gi-Oh! But then he said, well, he had some promotional DVDs for, like, the show, and he said, why don't you take one of these home and watch it? And I did. And I got to tell you, I was hooked by the end of the first episode, and then the very next day I went back to the shop, and I spent about $120 on just cards and packs, and I started getting in the game, and I loved it ever since. And every time I get paid, I have a budget of how much money that I can spend on card games, which is kind of like my fun money. And I basically spent all of it on Vanguard. I stopped spending money on Yu-Gi-Oh! And I became so deep into Vanguard that I have 7 current decks. I'm just kind of briefly tell you what they are, just so you can kind of get the gist of what kind of a player I am. So I'm gonna try and do this as quickly as I can. First off, well, I can just do this, is a Majesty deck. This deck right now is on my shit list because it hasn't been working for me for the past few weeks, and it's a good build. I mean, there's nothing... I mean, the first thing that pops in people's head, if you say, well, the deck doesn't... If it's not a good build, then why is it not working for you? The reason I know it works is because I was dominating our locals with this, and now all of a sudden it's just like Majesty's like, I don't want to play anymore. So he's been taking a vacation, and he's on my shit list right now, and I haven't been using him. I also have Gold Paladin. I used to play the Spectral Duke build, but I had to trade away 2 of my Spectral Dukes for other things that I just needed. And if you ever played Spectral Duke, you know you can't play the deck with 2 Spectrals. And hope for it to be consistent. You need at least minimum 3, and I played 4. That's just me. But I morphed my Gold Paladins into a Blonde Ezel deck, which really worked well. And I like Ezel because his attack can get up to insane numbers. Whoops. Shit. Then I have a Shadow Paladin deck, which I have the Phantom Blaster Overlord version. Shadow Paladins is one of those decks I always wanted to create because I'm a big Chaos player in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I just love dark creatures and things like that. And so, Shadow Paladins. Let's see. We also have ourselves here a Spike Brother deck. I played Spike Brothers mainly for one reason. I played football in high school. I love this deck. There is a couple of things, though, I still need for it. A deck that I actually just completed this week, Narukami. And ever since I saw Kaiser Vermilion, I've loved this card, because if you've ever played Pokemon, just looking at him, to me, it's like someone took Dragonite, Zapdos, and Charizard and threw them all into one. Pretty freaking cool. And I watch the anime regularly. I've watched I think they've posted 91 episodes in the English version, and I've watched all the way up through 116. I watched the newest episode today, actually before I started doing all this, and so I keep up with the anime, and ever since I saw Vermilion, I'm like, I'm building that. Simply because he's a badass. Then, let's see, we got here... Oh, I can just show you the deck box on this. I have the Tsukiyomi version of Oracle Think Tank. I mainly built this because before Majesty, Draconic Overlord The End, and Shadow Paladins came out, this arguably was the best deck. Because, I'm sorry, Silent Tom, and I play 4 Silent Tom, he's arguably one of the best 5 cards in the game. Because he can win you. He'll literally win you games. It is so stupid. I can't tell you how many times with this deck I would swing with Tsukiyomi with whatever and might have her boosted, and they would be like at 5 damage, and they would drop their clan's perfect guard and protect their vanguard. I can't tell you how many times then I would go drive check, Oracle Guardian Nike, all power to Tom, drive check, Psychic Bird, all effects to Silent Tom. So now Silent Tom's sitting at +2 critical, and he gains 10,000 power, and he has an 8k booster behind him. That's 10,000 critical, and if he hits you, he's going to deal you 3 damage. You know, I mean, how dumb is that? Oh, and you can't guard with grade 0s. So, Silent Tom is stupid. That's why this deck will always work. And then, finally, my Kagero deck, which is my Draconic Overlord The End deck. Currently, I still need 2 more ends, but I'm going to make a want post on my channel. So if you have any of these cards and you're wanting to trade, I'm going to post a trade binder, but I will be honest with you, there's a lot of stuff in there I'm just not going to shove in there. If you tell me, if you notice something that I have, that I have in my want list that you want, or have, I'm sorry, and you are willing to trade it, if you talk to me, I can talk to all my team members because we give each other cards for trades and things like that. And I might, if I have it in one of my decks here, I might be willing to trade it for what else I need, depending on, you know, just the current situation. So, anyway. Those are the 7 decks I have completed right now. All 3 Paladins, Spike Brothers, Oracle Think Tank, Tsukiyomi, Kagero, and Narukami. But I'm also working on Pale Moon, Dark Irregulars, Great Nature, and then the clan I'm waiting for to come out, which will come out in set 8, which is released in May, but the trial deck comes out later this month, in April, is Aquaforce. I've been waiting for Aquaforce forever. So I'm waiting for that. But anyway, just, you know, I dove into Vanguard so deeply because people have been wondering. I've actually had my friends say, "Hey, do you even still play Yu-Gi-Oh?" And I still play Yu-Gi-Oh. I still have my deck, but I got so wrapped up in Vanguard because the game was more fun. And I think people who play Vanguard that have played Yu-Gi-Oh, they would agree with me on that, because Yu-Gi-Oh right now, all it really is whoever is willing to play meta. Because right now they have the format set up to where you have to play one of 5 decks or fewer than that, or you just don't win. And it's become ridiculously expensive, and I believe Vanguard is actually cheaper to play. That's just my opinion. You can choose to believe it or not, but to me it just seems like it's less expensive because I don't spend nearly as much on Vanguard now as I ever did on Yu-Gi-Oh when I was fully, you know, dived into Yu-Gi-Oh. But anyway, this has been just a short synopsis of me. I've been playing ever since I might say 7 to 8 months. I might say a year. I really don't know how long it's been. You know, it was last year, I can tell you that. You know, so I've been in Vanguard for quite a while. I'd like to think I'm a pretty decent player. We have a fair number of players. We started out with a real low number of players that played Vanguard, and when I say low number, I mean maybe 7 or 8. And we've gotten up there, you know, pretty high. I think we have like 25 players, and that's pretty good considering there's no other place in Oklahoma I've seen yet that sells Vanguard stuff. And it's a lot of fun. We have about 4 or 5 really good players, and we have some that are beginning to become good players, and then we have those others that just flat suck. Because, you know, either one, they're not willing to accept help, or two, they're just not willing to think. But anyway, past this, next weekend when I go back to my game shop, I'm going to be posting little bio videos where you'll see them, and I'll just be in the background asking them questions, and they're going to just briefly tell you about themselves, what clans they play, how they got into the game and such, and shit like that. But anyway, the last thing I want to talk to you about is if you ever want to trade or swap ideas or just contact us in any way, because we're going to eventually do a contest, and my first thought is I have an extra one of these, which if you watch the anime, you should notice what this is from just being in the tube. I ordered a second one of these. I haven't told my teammates this yet because I wanted it to be a surprise. I have an extra one of these mats, and it is, you can't see it, it's the blue circle one. And we're probably going to do a contest, and the winner of the contest will get this. And, well, not this one, because this one's mine. The other one's still in its wrap in my room. But, so I'm going to do that. So, anyway, the best way to get in touch is obviously to direct message me on here. I may not always answer it the very next day, because I do have school and other things that go on in life. I will tell you, if you have Twitter, go to Twitter and follow me at KingT06. That's my Twitter account. The picture is Winglebrave, and I'm not even noticing this, guys. My phone is always in my hand or within my reach, so the best way to reach me is through my Twitter account, because for some reason, I don't know if I can check my messages on my phone, on my YouTube account here. But anyway, just shoot me a message anytime you want to trade or anything like that. You know, basic shit for YouTube users. Like, comment, rate, subscribe, all that. I'll be posting more videos as they come, and they'll become more structured as I continue to do this. I do apologize if this seems kind of scattered, but anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you check us out, and I know it's past Easter, but if you are watching this, I hope you had a happy Easter, and all that, and thanks for watching.